Technology and innovative marketing techniques. We're talking about Dave Bass with his smiling face and company.
Boy, they're right on top of it.
And they're located on G Street. The telephone number 661-324-2222.
And then Legal Shield. Listen, folks, you've got car insurance, you've got health insurance, you've got insurance for everything. You need legal insurance. I mean, so you can pick up a phone, whether you've got a very difficult legal matter, some trivial thing you just want to ask a question about. These guys will do it all, and they do it for pennies. I mean, you don't have to worry about $200 an hour. They'll stand with you. So let me just give you this cell phone to call. It's 707-537-5881. Give them a call. You will be glad to have that protection.
And tell them you heard about it on Open Up with Don and Tina. We'd also like to thank our friends at Kern Construction and Electric Incorporated. The telephone number 661-322-5554. Robert Miller, longtime resident of Bakersfield, specializes in the remodeling of homes and businesses and has a good heart, too.
We're having a great conversation with Jim Baldwin here, who's the head of BARC here in Kern County. It is a local model here that the whole nation is emulating and copying. And
yes.
Dave, what's going on here? Jim, you were just telling me about the national leader coming and taking your grand tour. What happened?
The gentleman that's the president of ArcUS came, Peter Burns, his name. There is a philosophy that is going around the nation that is going to hurt our folks.
Folks with disabilities.
Yep, with specifically those that work with us. Mm-hmm. Our people work based on their ability to produce. Mm-hmm. It is a special piece of the Labor Act that allows people with disabilities that can't produce at the regular level of a non-disabled person to actually get paid for a job. And there's a big push to do away with that. And I'm not real big on taking people's decisions away from them. It's their decision. And choice is real big in my book. Anyway, we have this tremendous industrial park that basically I run. And Peter Burns wanted to come see it. So he came and took my grand tour. We showed him the programs I was just talking about, with the MOVE program, our Access Now program, which is the next level up. And then I took him through the industrial park. Mm-hmm. We have so many different kinds of jobs that our folks can learn to do. Mm-hmm. They don't have to just go and sit and do one thing for the rest of their lives. We don't do that there. When I was hired on, the board said we want choice. Develop businesses that gives our folks choices. With each choice comes new skills. So he got to see people who may have started in one area mm-hmm. and now have developed skills tremendously there and now are working in skills in a different area and are looking forward to develop skills in even a different area. So as he's talking to the clients at BARC, his mind is being blown. He can't believe the opportunities and the diversity right here on this 25-acre campus of what was available to them. And it changed his opinion on this philosophy that's going around the nation. It was mind-blowing.
You know, we've got to give credit here. When you said it's your board that set this that set this standard,
that's correct.
That is a very enlightened group of people. Where did they wake up?
For the most part, their parents.
Oh.
It's a part of the policy that 51% or more have to be family members. Right here at the Bakersfield Californian, Mike Griffith, his sister goes to our program. He's on our board. Doug Miller, who was retired superintendent of schools from Panama Buena Vista, his son, his brother were both at BARC. So the people that are on our board, for the most part, are parents, and they understand that their folks can do a lot given the opportunity, not put into a box, not saying, okay, just this and no more. Open up the world to them and let them experience life.
Jim, where do you get your passion, your enthusiasm?
I got it from the good Lord.
Okay.
No doubt about that.
Right.
Do you all know Kay Madden?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Kay used to be the head of personnel for Kern County.
Okay.
But prior to that, he worked at Bank of America when I worked there. He called me one day and says, I'm taking you to lunch. And I said, well, it's about time. And so he came by, he picked me up. We're going down Union Avenue. I'm thinking, hot dog, my favorite restaurants, okay? Great Castles, Chateau Basque. We were right past all of those. We pulled into Bark. I didn't know what it was. I thought if it was a food place, it looked like an old First cafeteria. Went in there. I met the executive director. The clients brought us lunch. They gave me a tour of the place. I cried for 2 weeks, and I said, anything, anytime, anywhere. And about 4 years later, he asked me to be on the board, and I was on the Bark board for about 8 years, actually, a little over 8 years probably. And then I retired from Bank of America and played golf until the .coms dropped. Then I had to go back to work. And I went to work for Aegis Bank Corp with Martin Hansen and learned tremendous things. And then this job came open. I applied for the job, and they hired me.
Wow. What an unlikely career
Yes.
direction to take.
Actually, on the outside looking in, it would appear that way. But as I look at it, every job I had, when I got out of college, I came back to Bakersfield, and I went to work for an office company, General Office Machine Company, selling office equipment, 30 cold calls a day. I went from there to Press Burdett at Multi Business Systems, and learning how to help people with their business accounting with the OneWrite systems. And then from there, because of that job that Press gave me, I got to go to Bank of America doing the same thing electronically. Then I became their district marketing director for 7 years. Then I was branch manager for 10 years. Then at Aegis Bank Corp doing mergers and acquisition, my learning curve was straight up.
Wow.
It was amazing the amount of stuff that I learned in that year. And I look back on all the jobs the Lord put me in, prepared me to do this one today.
And there's no stopping you.
Well, we'll see.
We've got about 2.5 minutes. Tell
Sure.
us about what happens when a truck full of soda pop turns over or something. What you're doing with soda pop that
Yeah.
the rest of the country can't use.
Well, we have a division. It's called decasing. I never heard the word before.
Okay.
But anytime a beverage goes out of date, doesn't seal right, doesn't mix right, doesn't have the right formula, in a wreck of some kind, fire, there's a lot of reasons you can't sell that liquid anymore.
Okay.
And you can't pop the top and pour it down the drain. That's against the law. You will ruin a water system just like that. Okay, so you have to
Wow.
decase the liquid and then dispose of the liquid legally. All right. So we went to Anheuser-Busch, who buys most of our used beverage containers. So we would like to be in this business because everybody in the beverage business is going to Ranch Cucamonga for this service. They gave us a machine that would do the decasing. We now have 3 machines. They're all paid for. They were given to us either by Anheuser-Busch, who gave us 2. The Raskine Foundation here bought 1 for us. Now, whether it comes in aluminum, plastic, or glass, we put the full bottles into the machines. They cut them or crush them. The liquid goes into the bottom machine. They pump it into a holding tank. Our tanker truck then offloads that and takes it to the composting company and sprays it up and down the windrows. They do it. They don't charge us. We're the only company they don't charge because they want, first of all, it's because of bark. But secondly, they want that liquid. They want that sugar. That's what breaks that compost down.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Isn't that
Amazing.
interesting?
Chris, put up the informational slide here. You
Yes.
know, if you'd like to get in touch with Bakersfield ARC, take that tour. I mean, I've taken it. It's amazing. You'll just be greeted with smiles from one end of that campus to the other. And you'll come out smiling against your will, I'll tell you. There it is. It's www.barkinc.org. Bark Inc.
Bark-Inc.
Hyphen. That's not a dot there. Bark-inc.org. Phone number 661-834-2272. And just to see the innovation at that place, it's inspiring for any field that you're in to come and see really advanced thinking and people that are right on the cutting edge of stuff.
Okay.
By the way, that phone number is 834.
Did we get it wrong?
BARC.
So, BARC.
BARC.
All right.
How cool is that?
You know, we've got a guest coming up that I'm
Yes.
telling you, it's going to be combustible on this set. We're just expecting it to ignite when we come back,
Yes.
so we'll be right
It'll
back.
explode in here.